Hi, this is Biz Buzz Radio on TV. I'm Katherine Johns, and my guest is Jim Ardito from Ardito Creative Enterprises. Jim is a writer, and I noticed that you don't call yourself a freelance writer. I love that. Why do you prefer independent writer?
Because there's less free in that, and maybe a little more lance.
And do people ask you to write for free?
Occasionally, I'll get somebody who says, I have a great idea for a book. And I'll tell you what, we'll split the royalties.
But you'll do all the work,
Yeah,
right?
I'll write it for
Well, there's a deal for you.
40,000 hours, and I usually gracefully decline on something like that. But independent writing is a whole different ball game, and there are many. When I go to a cocktail party,
Yeah.
and somebody says to me, "What do you do for a living?" and I say, "Well, I'm an independent writer," and they immediately gravitate to, "Well, does that mean you write short stories or novels or plays?"
Right.
And I say, "No, I want to make a living doing this, so I don't do that." I'm not saying that those things can't be lucrative.
Yeah, but for most people they're not.
But,
So
you
you
know.
write commercial copy.
I write
Right.
for the buck.
Okay.
So, anything now, I actually have there are 40 different ways to make a living. There could even be a song about that. As a freelance / independent writer, and there are, actually, it wouldn't allow me notes. So we've got.
This guy.
I came armed. All right, so we're
Came
talking
handed.
about. Yes, good, nicely. We're talking about electronic writing. So under electronic writing, you've got websites, so hot right now.
Sure.
You have to be in electronic media if you're going to be a writer and you want to make some money. There's websites and email blasts and e-newsletters
Right.
and e-zines and all kinds of things you can do electronically. And as Michelle knows, there's also social media, so that's one thing. Then there's the whole area of print writing. And you can write ads and brochures and collateral for clients or for ad agencies or for whatever else. And then it goes on and on and on from there, but no one really thinks of all those little
So here's my
side
question.
areas.
If I'm a writer, which I'm not, I'm a talker, but if I were a writer and I wanted to make money writing, how would I get started? How do you do that? Write a website, write a brochure, write a newsletter?
You can't get there from here. No, that's not
I'm
true.
sure that's true.
No, that's not true. There are things that no longer exist that I was able to take advantage of. And there was a training program at Michigan State where I got a master's degree in advertising copywriting.
Yeah.
And I was...
Well, that must surely exist now. People get
Yes,
degrees.
sure, absolutely. I was hired out of Michigan State to work for Foot Cone Building here in Chicago, which was, exceptional and an honor, and they only took 2 kids from the entire country. So that really began my whole career. But forget me, there are other things that you can do. Then one of them.
Give me one really quick.
All right, you know how to write, for example. Now, there are all kinds of online workshops and lots of opportunities online to extend your
Okay.
your learning, and your earning. And there are workshops you can do in Iowa if you want to. There's the chance to promote yourself. There's a chance to volunteer to do for magazines and for online publications. You can offer to do those services.
Yeah, but I
you're
thought we
writing for
wanted it to
free.
be less free and more land.
Well, you got to break in somewhere.
All right, so break in doing it for
Right,
free.
yeah.
So it's the same story for writers as it is for talkers, because that's what they say to speakers too. Speak for free.
You
Isn't
are,
that interesting? We're
You-
all in the same boat is what it
You've
comes
got
down
to
to.
steel yourself for rejection, and you've got to be clever. You've got to distinguish yourself and stand out. I got a lot of rejection letters when I first started out. I wanted to write for magazines and all that glorious stuff, right? So I papered my wall with rejection letters, and then finally I got sick of this, and so I decided to write a rejection letter of their rejection letters. And I said, "Dear blank magazine,
Yes.
here, thank you for your recent rejection of my article entitled blah blah blah. It's been reviewed by my editorial committee and unfortunately has been found unacceptable.
I love that.
I wish you luck in rejecting other people, and I'm sorry for the necessity of a form rejection. But the vast volume of rejections I received
So what am I supposed to do with this guy? That's my question. Tell me one good tip for a writer. What should they do? One good tip.
Well, I don't want to say the obvious one, which is right.
Okay.
Get it out there. Persist. Do not give up.
That is the best tip.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, so write. And watch us again on BizBuzz Radio on TV. I'm Catherine Johns. We are part of the Linked Local Network, where we say link locally, connect globally.